What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in for episode 2. We got some really exciting stuff for you. Obviously, I think we're going to be bringing in somebody, which is cool. Someone, a mystery man.
David's mystery man.
My mystery man. Thanks, Shakur. Before we start and get into episode 2, I'd love to go over a little bit of a recap of 001. Shakur, what did you think of it?
I was actually impressed with just how much you were able to talk / fill the space, and the feedback was a little interesting and not the way I thought it was gonna go in terms of what they want to see in terms of us and guests / topics, which was interesting.
Yeah, I got my #1 fan here, always with me. But yeah, I was really surprised by the amount of feedback, and I think we had 39 people send literally paragraphs.
Wait, you sent out 39 shirts?
We're sending out 39 shirts.
Damn.
It's something like 30. It's either 39, 42. It's around there. You ready, Colin? Yeah. We got Colin off screen too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane feedback. I did not know we had such a strong community around this, and I'm excited to build that community. So thank you guys. Here's everybody that did it. But yeah, we have a really exciting show. For now, Jacory's going to remain off screen. He's always going to be here, and a lot of people said oh, bring him on, and a lot of people said keep him off because he's ugly. But personally, he wants to stay off the show, so we're going to keep him off right now, and he's kind of just going to give he's just going to feed into the conversation.
Sideline commentary.
Sideline commentary, yeah. But yeah, so today I'm bringing on Ashton. Ashton, you want to come out here?
How's it going, guys? I'm Ashton. I'm originally from Dallas, and then I was raised in Colorado my whole life, mainly in the Denver area. Right now, I'm a junior, halfway through my junior year at Colorado State University. I'm studying health and exercise science with a concentration in health promotion. And from there, I probably want to go into personal training and also at some point get into gym ownership. Probably own a couple of my own branches, not a huge chain, but just a little startup that I can base myself and work on my own branding as well.
Did you guys go to get bagels this morning, or did you get media training? Oh, you got bagels and media training.
Stuff by the news station.
You came through. Yo, was that scripted? That was
clean. Practicing all night.
Oh yeah, stayed up all night.
So I met Ashton. I remember so freshman year we lived in the same hall around I guess I was in the G wing. What were you in?
I was in the D wing, so it's the health and exercise branch of the wings.
At Colorado State University. And I remember kind of seeing him around by where we would lock up our bikes, and I was like, damn, that guy's good looking. He probably pulls. And then I remember seeing him at a couple of parties, and it was I always just saw him around.
Yeah, I thought you guys met because of Greta.
Yeah, Greta was the floor below me in the D wing.
Yeah.
Got it.
So him and Greta were friends before I even knew Greta, because you guys had mutual friends and just all hung out. And I remember the first time I officially met you was at a party with Greta. She took me to a party, and I come into this party. There's probably 12 heads there, and I see Ashton on the couch. He's just alone on this couch. And he's just, what's up, guys? And just hanging out. And I don't think you remember that interaction though.
Probably not.
No,
that was a while ago.
Yeah. And we didn't really officially start talking. I think I ran into you at the gym, and I had just started shooting for Technique, and I was like, yo, you have a great look, we should link up and take some photos sometime. And then nothing really happened, and then at another party I bumped into him again, and he was the one that actually approached me and kind of wanted to become more proactive at getting involved with this.
How many people at Colorado actually shoot or in the scene? There's you two, Greta, and then anybody else?
I'd say
You weren't taking photos at that time. Not yet.
I was just starting, so I started sophomore year.
Can we see some of those photos real quick?
Yeah.
Trash photos.
Trash photos.
There's a varying degree though. You've got the photography club at CSU, and then obviously the people that just want to shoot around. And one of the ways I kind of got into that, one of my friends, Bobby, he had his own camera, and we just go out and shoot for fun. And from there, I kind of gained an interest in it. And I guess that's how I got into that area, and then from there, meeting David again, he said that second time was when I was really starting to get invested in that and seeing where it could go.
Yeah, and then I guess Sean Lambert's the dope photographer in FOCO. Love working with him, and there's definitely a community out there. I remember when I first got there, I was trying to build out the community, and it wasn't really happening. I don't know what it is, man. Like, I feel like shooting out there is just different. Like, the light feels different. We don't get the same sunset because the sun always falls over the mountains. So personally, I feel like there's some like weird light thing. Maybe it's the altitude. I don't know what the deal is. And some of the landscape, obviously, to me, isn't comparable to what we have out in California. So it's always been a little bit harder.
I think it's interesting. Like, there's like definitely like a capacity of people that you need to have to like start a little bit of a micro community when doing it. It's very easy. I think it like starts in waves of like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
If you get 4 or 5 creatives together, then you can like they'll trickle and they'll find fewer forming people.
I feel like Ja'Cory, I mean, you kind of like built the NorCal community. You were one of the earliest influencers. How did you feel about building that community out?
It just like naturally happened. Like Chandler slid in my DMs.
Yeah.
Boom. That was awesome. That was hilarious. And then Chandler introduced me to everybody, and then everybody started watching what me, Chandler, and Taylor were doing.
Yeah.
And that was like you two, and Greta, and like very similar. But it's definitely a different vibe though when you get like a few other people who are all like at the same stage and like the stage timing.
Yeah.
And like where they want to start their quote unquote like creative career.
Trying to do the thing. Well, yeah, I guess we'll tell one funny story. So you remember that time we got super drunk after class? I think Sean, Zach, Ben were there.
Yeah, it was on a Friday after class, and I had actually got a dog last January. His name's Cairo.
Yeah. Wait, the dog was your dog?
It was his dog.
Yeah, and then Zach's dog Maverick, and we had them together, and you know, like when dogs are in the same area, they kind of want to mark their territory. So we were pretty drunk at that point, and I was about to say we should take the dogs out, and the second I say that, Maverick starts peeing on the floor, and then we're about to leash him up and take him out, and right as I look over, Kyra starts peeing on the floor.
Yeah, so Maverick pees, and we're like, fuck! And then we start cleaning it, and then we're almost done cleaning it. We start bleaching the floor, and then Kyra runs over, pees all over it. And we're like,
stares us down while he does it too.
Yeah, and then we start cleaning Kyra's, and then out of nowhere, Maverick just starts running around the house, peeing everywhere, dude, everywhere.
And then we finally got him out. They went pee, and then we went upstairs. Kyra followed me upstairs, and then he looked at me, and he started peeing, walked down the stairs, all the way back to the front door. It was crazy.
It's insane. They were the ones drinking, I feel like.
Yeah.
No control of the bladder. I've never seen anything like that before.
I don't know. Why did you guys think it was a good idea to get dogs?
Oh, it's
my
been
roommate.
the best decision of my life.
Yeah, for him.
For him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zach got a dog, too.
I couldn't imagine us taking care of a dog right now. Jason really Jason wants a corgi.
Jason can't get a dog. I'm sorry.
First off, corgis are not even...
He looks like a corgi. Your body proportions are the same as a corgi.
I'll road trip out sometime, bring up Cairo.
Do they? Bring the dog out here. We get our dog vibes on.
Dog for a couple days.
We could walk dogs downtown.
Of course.
Find some nice moms. Beach moms.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's a funny ass story. Do you like what do you see yourself doing? Like you're gonna finish out college. You have this route. After kind of meeting this group, do you feel like anything's changed?
What do you think social media is gonna involve? Because like a lot of people think like traditionally like, oh, I have to be like a model and have to be planning to be a model, or a photographer who wants to be a photographer. Your route's a little bit different. So how do you think social media is gonna like play, and like being an influencer will play into you building your like sports and fitness career?
I'd say like right now, so yeah, I'm gonna finish out my 4 years at Colorado State, and then at the end of that we have to do an internship with our major, and that can be anywhere in the United States. So I was hoping to use that to actually come out to California and kind of set myself up in the job market and get my name out there, and then also going off of that, I never really saw myself in this field as an influencer, but now like seeing the potential and taking off from there, I definitely feel like I could use that to incorporate like the fitness side of my life, and then also bring in that social media side. And then one of the things I've been pushing myself towards lately is just adding a couple different dimensions where I can find a niche that I can grow in, and then craft that to my own success, and from there like using that to build my own brand, like kind of form a whole complete picture of like being able to bring different aspects to the table, and use that to kind of take in all the different parts of my life and focus that at one point. So
kind of just building the whole package,
yeah, exactly.
Staying really well-rounded. I think that's really important. He's at school chasing that dream, but also building stuff on the side.
I think it's super dope because like the first time you came, you were fucking awesome. We had hella fun shooting like downtown LA.
Yeah.
We got some bangers. Put those
some
up.
bangers.
Of course. Right here.
But then now David's telling me that you're gonna start shooting and stuff.
Yeah,
and like
definitely.
that's exciting. You're like round out your game, like in a sports like metaphor, like you don't only want to be a great scorer, you want to play great defense.
Exactly.
And I think that's like super important when like honing your craft as a creator.
And I think like another thing I really want to, while I'm doing that, like getting into shooting, working on modeling and influencing, and then as well as like my actual degree is in what I do, like having a purpose in that, and when people look on that, they're clear on my intent and kind of seeing where I've come, and also like a big part of me is like demonstrating those steps I've shown along the way to like attest to my growth and what I've done so far, and then also like demonstrating a purpose to where I want to go and setting those goals for myself and for people to see, because I feel like a big part is like having a good group around you that holds you accountable. That's huge in your success.
Right on.
The decision of, I think it's cool because you did what's right for you, of not coming out here to stay with us when you potentially had the option.
Yeah.
I think that will be a cool vignette because David's story is going to be from that side, and as we follow your story, we'll get to see it from the other side.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Both the correct decision for both people, two different routes though. So you guys get to see what the path could have been on this side and what it currently is.
Definitely.
To give the audience a little bit of a background, I don't know, when was that, November? A couple months ago.
November, October.
Yeah, November, October, we had an empty room, and Ashton was kind of seemed like the perfect fit. We reached out to him to see if he would want to move in with us and kind of come under our wing and learn some business stuff and just work here. And he had to decline because he wants to finish out at school. But yeah, that is an interesting topic. We'll see what happens.
It was super cool because they've got to hear your story of accepting.
Yeah.
And then I think the other side is equally as important because, you know, not everybody wants to make the commitment, and some people are thinking of a different plan that might not need this road. So, like, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I'd say, like, I definitely want to move out to California, especially after graduating college, but seeing where I am and just how far I've gotten at Colorado State, I feel like right now I'm very satisfied where I'm at because I'm still able to grow and kind of find those aspects of myself that I need to work on and just develop in those areas. But from there, I'm also able to find like that individuality and start growing into my own, where I'm going to be self-dependent and eventually take those steps to move out here. So I feel like I definitely, like, it was an interesting offer where I definitely considered moving out here, but just looking at where I'm at, I felt like if I were able to stay at Colorado State, I would be able to better prepare myself for when I am able to move out here.
Do you still feel like you're getting the chance to grow, like, clearly socially and in your, like, creator career, but also in your school career?
Definitely, yeah. I feel like I've been able to find a pretty good balance in that. One of the things that has helped a lot is getting later into my college years, I'm actually taking classes that are more relevant to my major. And then from there, I can kind of focus on that during the day, and then after school, come home, do my homework. And then after that, like, I'll come out some weekends to visit David and Ja'Cory and all the other guys. So I feel like I've been able to find a good balance, and being at Colorado State still has been able to really hone that for me, where I'm able to grow and kind of see where I want to go, but at the same time, I'm comfortable with where I'm at right now.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for tuning in for Ashton.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. It was great talking to you guys.
Cool.
Media trained Ashton.